All right, everybody, welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into something pretty cool.
Sure. Yes, it
It's a
is.
potential relocation opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I think this is going to be really interesting for a lot of you folks
Yeah,
listening.
for sure.
Um, so basically, we're looking at Northern Ireland, specifically for our listeners who are international job seekers.
Okay.
And the source we're using for all this is a YouTube video script from Sindib's Immigration Channel.
Right. Syndibs, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You've probably heard of it. It's a channel that's all about those global career opportunities,
Hmm.
sharing tips and advice and all that.
Absolutely.
But what's particularly interesting about this one is that it's not just like any old job posting.
Oh.
This one comes with visa sponsorship.
Ooh, that's a big one.
It's a big deal. It's like a golden ticket for anyone wanting to move abroad. Makes the whole transition so much smoother.
Makes a huge difference.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And there's even some perks mentioned in there, like free temporary accommodation.
Yeah. Wow, free temporary accommodation. That's amazing. Where do I sign up?
Right. I know it sounds pretty good.
It does, it does.
So yeah, I mean, one of the things that really jumps out to me is the timing of this whole thing.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, the healthcare sector globally, we all know, it's facing these staffing shortages.
Oh, yeah, big time.
And it seems like Northern Ireland is being super proactive about it,
Hmm.
Like they're really putting in the effort to recruit.
Smart. Got to fill those positions somehow.
Exactly. And that's where Carrot Care comes in. That's the agency highlighted in the video. They're actively looking for care assistants, support workers, even auxiliary nurses, a whole range of positions.
Okay, that's helpful. So they're not just looking for one specific type of healthcare worker. It sounds like they have a variety of needs.
Exactly. So let's think about this for a second.
Okay.
It's not just about the job title, right? We're talking about potentially moving to a whole new country.
Right, right.
So what does that actually look like for someone considering Northern Ireland?
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right. Relocation isn't just about the 9 to 5. It's about the lifestyle, the whole package.
The whole experience.
Exactly. And Northern Ireland has a pretty unique vibe. It's got this blend of affordability and cultural richness that's pretty hard to beat.
Hmm. Okay. I like where you're going with this.
I mean, imagine exploring historic castles, breathtaking coastlines, all while knowing you're not breaking the bank.
Yeah, that's a huge point. And actually, Sindib's channel did emphasize that.
Well, they did.
Yeah, they said Northern Ireland is known for being much more affordable than like London or Edinburgh.
Oh, for sure. Those places can be pricey.
So could you talk a little bit more about the affordability? Like how much more affordable are we actually talking?
Sure, sure. Now, obviously, it depends on individual choices, like how you live and all that.
Of course, of course.
But generally speaking, studies show that the cost of living in Northern Ireland can be up to 20% lower than in London.
20%?
20%! Think about that. That's 20% less on rent, groceries, even entertainment.
Wow, that's a significant chunk of change.
It is. And it can really impact your quality of life. More money for travel, for hobbies, for savings, whatever you're into.
I like it. Okay, so we've got affordability, we've got visa sponsorship. It's all sounding pretty good so far. But what about the visa process itself?
Right, the actual nitty-gritty.
Yeah, what can you tell us about that?
Well, the source does mention sponsorship, but it doesn't really get into the specifics. It's important to know that you'd likely be applying for a skilled worker visa,
Okay,
which has a bunch of criteria you have to meet.
like what?
Well, first off, you need a job offer from a licensed sponsor, like Carrot Care in this case. Then you'll need to prove you can speak English well enough, and you have to meet certain salary requirements as well.
So it's not like they just hand you the visa. There's still some hoops to jump through.
Exactly, it's a process for sure.
But that's where a resource like Sindib's channel can be really helpful, right?
Absolutely. They often have videos and guides that can help you navigate all those complexities.
Perfect. And something else the source mentioned was assistance with registration once you arrive.
Oh, right, yeah.
What exactly does that mean?
So that probably refers to help with things like getting a national insurance number, registering with a GP, setting up a bank account, that sort of thing.
So basically all the essential stuff that can be a bit of a headache when you're new to a country.
Precisely. Having some support with all that can make settling in a whole lot smoother.
It really sounds like Carrot Care is going above and beyond to make this attractive for international folks.
Yeah, it does seem that way. They're really trying to draw people in.
Which makes sense, given the global situation.
Right, exactly. And it brings up another point. We've talked about starting a job, but what about the future?
Oh, yeah, good point. What about long-term career prospects?
Right. Northern Ireland's healthcare sector is constantly growing and changing, so there's a lot of potential for specialization, further education, even career advancement down the line.
Something to think about for sure. So just to summarize all this opportunity in Northern Ireland sounds pretty promising.
Yeah.
Visa sponsorship, help with relocating and getting settled, lower cost of living, and potential for career growth. It's ticking a lot of boxes.
It is. But it's not without its challenges, of course. You have to go through the visa process, adapt to a new culture, all that.
Right, of course.
And that's why research is key. Compare this opportunity to others you might be considering in the UK or Europe.
Good advice. And, don't forget, CINDIB's Immigration Channel is a great place to start. They have tons of info on all sorts of opportunities.
For sure.
So do your research, explore your options, and who knows, maybe your next adventure awaits in Northern Ireland.
Maybe it does.
All right, everybody, that's all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in.
See you next time.